Welcome aboard to podcast 46 in the series of the Voyage to back Yonder. In every high sea adventure, there seems to be a search for a treasure of some sort. And I used to think that my life's goal was to find a great treasure somewhere here on the planet. I was convinced that it was love that I came here to find. And actually, in a way, that is very true for me. Because I did come here to find out more about who I am. And in that discovery, I found that I'm a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And on this planet, place of opposites, hot and cold, wet and dry, bright and dark, happy and sad, I found the opposite of unconditional love. Conditional love. A love that has a list of things that has to be achieved in order for me to be deemed worthy of love. And this was a new feeling, having come from a place of unconditional love. Conditional love feels uncomfortable. It seems to ignite a fear inside this physical body that it could be rejected and threatened with losing its life if it's deemed unlovable. It seems to be a popular experience here, heartbreak. We're taught to look outside of ourselves for love. We face the first emotional cut, and we feel the pain in our heart, fearing that what we've been taught was untrue. They were supposed to love me forever. They were supposed to be faithful and choose to love only me. I was supposed to be the most important thing in their lives, not be something that was fit in between the important things. They weren't supposed to fall out of love with me no matter how I treated them or what I did. They were not supposed to disrespect me in any way. Imagine my surprise when all that time, through all those emotions I experienced over those decades, that I was the one disrespecting myself. I was cheating on myself, looking outside of me for my definition of my worth and lovability. It wasn't anyone else's job to love me. That was my job. And it seemed that I failed at that. But judging myself harshly for not being who I thought I should have been, to myself, that also feels ugly and uncomfortable as well. Sitting in peace, looking back over those experiences, I see now what I went through is exactly what I came here to do. I believe I originate from a place of unconditional love, and in order to more clearly understand what unconditional love is, I came here to experience the direct opposite so that I could see the contrast between the two. It's like drawing with white paint on a dark canvas or dark paint on a white canvas. It's a piercing contrast. So the treasure I came here to find is the prize of experiencing the fear of losing conditional love, sitting next to the bliss of being unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. Going from an ice-cold pool into a steaming hot tub. The feeling of being surrounded in that warmth after coming from that ice-cold opposite brings a different understanding and perspective of the hot water than if I had just stepped in to the warm water without having been in the freezing cold. Heartbreak happens in this realm. how real this realm is, seems to be in continual debate, as most things are among the humans on this planet. But one popular belief is that this realm is the dream or a play on a huge stage. And the more I awaken to unconditional love that lives inside me, the more this feels like the case to me. And also the more I realize a separation between this temporary character that I'm playing here and the eternal actor that sits higher, connected to back home. This life seems to be intricately designed. The more disappointment I experience, the more I can feel like I'm left with nothing. But the lesson of nothing is a powerful one. Being left with nothing is where I can find that I have everything I need inside myself. Without the distractions of the external world, I witness the vast sea of unconditional love that's living within me. Sometimes I can use a nice slap to wake me up from my drama and all those stories that are playing in my head. Extreme situations can allow me to see the truth of life because of the vast contrast between my story and reality. It can bring great clarity to the important. Disappointment is this is a point moment, or this is a point moment, yo. Pointing me back inward to unconditional love. Maybe I've asked life to get my attention when I'm not listening to the deep chords of unconditional love within me. So when things become ludicrous, I try to take my freaking out emotions as a reminder. And I find that when I'm stubborn, the reminders just get that much louder. Maybe that's just me. When those challenging times come, I try to remember that I asked for this reminder. And it's not a punishment. It's a fulfillment of an order I placed before I was even born. So all these amazing individuals I come in contact with are wonderful mirrors of how I feel about myself. They reflect back to me how I'm expressing love to myself in this moment. And they keep pointing me back to my own heart where the treasure exists. Really, it seems like my relationships with other people could have mirrored a relationship with a pet rock. Projecting words I think it's saying, being said with a certain tone, assigning feelings to how it's feeling about me, and deciding that its actions mean something about me, even if it's just sitting there being a rock. But it is just a rock. It seems to be the same with another human. Can I really be sure how much I really know about what is really going on in the other person? Because I'm seeing everything outside of me through the filter of my own mind, my own emotions, and my own expectations. It's been my experience that everyone else has mirrored back to me over and over about how I feel about myself. Expectations seem to have been the source of most of my pain, and that pain seems to have been the prick of fear in my heart, thinking that the should be or supposed to be that didn't happen means something about who I am. What's awesome is that external conditions or actions need not impact my internal world unless I want it to. I can give all that external drama permission to impact me with unconditional love or impact me with fear. That's my own power. As I experience the ebb and flow between the conditional and unconditional in my life, I can see that the treasure I've come here to obtain is this life of contrast. Every moment has been filled with this fortune, showing me more and more and more about who I really am. Till next episode, if you're experiencing being heartbroken right now, maybe try asking yourself some of the questions I ask myself when I'm feeling pain in my heart. Am I cheating on myself again? Am I looking for self-love from the external again? When I answer yes to those questions, I try to change my focus from the outside of me back to the inside so that I can meet the perfect partner, the unconditionally loving creator of all things. Enjoy your voyage to back yonder, Captain. I love you.